best friend Pixel Pat. What's going on, Grant?
What is going on, Quinn? Best friend Patrick. What is new with y'all?
You offended, Pat? I saw you.
I don't know if it's Pixel Pat. I think it's Pixel Quinn.
No, Quinn, you got to refocus your webcam.
There we go. You gotta look into the soul of the webcam.
The
There you go.
abyss.
Say hello, please accept me. We were just having a little bit of a pre-show chat, and I think we were going over some of our previous videos, and it reminded me of something I wanted to tell you guys that maybe you do or do not know. Our very first live streamed on YouTube video that went horrible. I don't think it's watchable because of some audio problems.
No. It's watchable if you pan your headphones all the way to the
To
left.
one side. If you listen to like one headphone and you put the other one away, then you can understand everything that's going on. Was Bo Burnham's Inside special. And
Which
yes.
also was Quinn and I's honorable mention, if you remember, at our annual award show, GQ Awards.
we need a name for that.
Yeah, I know.
We
that's
don't
what
really
I'm saying.
have anything right now. It's just end of year performance review.
Maybe it's the GQ review. The GQ reviews
review.
2022.
And it's gonna have to rhyme as well. But
We'll get back.
anyways, with that, two things actually. One, did you guys know he won a goddamn Grammy for that last song, All Eyes on Me?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Which
I remember is Quinn's
my
favorite
it's
song
my
from
favorite song.
that special.
It's true. And even crazier, I don't know if you guys saw this, but he also just released, probably about a week ago, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, the outtakes to the Inside special. And it's basically an hour-long outtake compilation, some B-roll footage, some
Just
alternate
him.
takes. Just footage that was not used or, was never going to be used because it's kind of behind the scenes.
But keep in mind, it's behind the scenes of one dude making this on his own. It's not like you see more cast and crew and like
No,
things like
yeah,
that. It's just
either
him.
it's primarily songs and sketches that just weren't in the final cut, which are like cool. You're like, that was fucking great. I don't think that was.
Should have included that.
Well, I don't know. It's a tough choice to make. And then others that are just like, the camera's rolling and you're shooting the scenes for the quote music videos of the songs, and it's just interesting. So it's another hour-long, great piece. It's on YouTube. It's free.
You watched it.
I already watched it. Yeah.
So instead of like maybe, it's a shame you don't have like a group that like watches things together. You can talk about them to share with. And
I would say it may not
watch
be as worth to review
dissect.
some outtakes. It's more like a off the cuff. You can bring it to our next episode,
Off the
Grant, and say,
cuff.
hey, I watched that. I liked this part. I didn't like
Okay.
that part. So still, yeah, highly recommend it. It's like, damn, if you thought he didn't do a lot of work the first time,
Which
was
was
very talented.
0% of the
yeah,
people, but
you're like, oh shit. I mean, because a lot of it's just it never sees the light of day. I mean, you film something, you make a song, you film it, you edit it, it's all done. You're like, this is
yeah. But
this isn't
I
going
feel
anywhere
like
special.
I mean, all of us probably feel that in the creative process. I feel like that's just creativity. Is like you will scrap so much shit, whatever you're making, and it'll come back later. I've always found, like in my experience, it comes back later in a way. Like the songs he scrapped, probably pieces of them came out in the songs that made it. And things like that, like they help build you. It's just part of the creative process. Yeah, you scrap a lot,
Yeah,
Except if you're
everything's iterative.
very iterative, and except if you're in the corporate world, you know, when you work on stuff for a while and then it gets scrapped, then I don't know if it ever comes back around. It's just sad, and you feel like
No,
you've
but the
wasted your
process of you
time.
creating it comes back around. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, knowledge gained is never for nothing, Quinn.
Like, especially making, I just got back into like electronic producing, which I did years ago, probably like 6 years ago. And I did it pretty regularly. And now like you come up with like melodies and song structure and things. And then you're like, all right, dude, I'm over this. And you scrap it, you forget about it. But maybe 2 months down the line or a year down the line, like it comes back, but now you've learned more, you have different perspective, and you'll use the same melody, for example, but it's going to sound completely different. Like I feel like just the continuous process of improvement is scrapping.
Yeah, if you're working with the same tools and you're doing a related project, but if
Yeah.
it's
That's all I'm saying.
totally different, then it can be a little bit more frustrating. But I agree, Grant. I don't remember all the books I've ever read in my life, but I am the combination of all of those books. I don't know. It's a bullshit
I guess
quote
I'm
read.
saying what we saw inside was like,
Yeah.
but it was still the scrap songs still influence the final product.
Yeah,
is
dude,
what
some
I'm
of them
trying
are
to
so
say.
fucking funny.
Well, since Quinn brought up our first live episode, I want to talk about our one of our comments that we got. This was from WH1. This
From what
was
episode,
on
Grant?
our last episode, which was 120. No, it was 2 ago. It was 2 episodes ago. This is number
Severance
one.
Part 2.
Episode 126, Severance Part 2. And this was during one of the episodes where Helly from Severance, character in Severance, tried to kill herself. The innie Helly tried to kill herself, and we were talking about the moral, the ethic,
moral quandary?
the ethics, the moral quandary, the ethics behind someone killing themselves and allowing them to or not. I don't know if to me it's still up in the air. I understand wanting someone to live, but I think a lot of the times, or I think some of the times, you kind of want someone not to commit suicide out of selfish reasons. If they really cannot handle life, I think in a way you might want to respect that. Though we were also talking about Helly specifically, which I think Mark made the right move there.
But anyways, we have a comment, Grant, you're introducing and showing on the screen for anyone that's not
Of course, the comment
visually
that
looking
I'm
at the...
introducing. Quinn,
Yeah,
take
sure.
take
So
the
no,
comment.
it was a comment that we have posted. It says, stop someone if they're trying to commit suicide. Please get help if you're thinking about it. So we just wanted to highlight that comment. And as a thank you for engagement with our content. Means you listened, you did your homework, came to class. You get an A+ in participation.
William Harris the first. Thank you very
God,
much.
I always hated that. 10% of the grade will be participation, so don't feel like you can just do the homework and expect you'll get an A. I am the judge. What? You get kids in your class that just don't fucking stop talking? Like, just shut. It's all right on a piece of paper. How about we just do-do-do, and we all talk about that.
Quinn,
Anyways,
so were you the quiet? You didn't speak a lot in class.
less quiet, more like apathetic. Just like there were some good conversations. I've been part of some great conversations, but
I think at times I
don't want to do it.
I
hungover.
teetered on the talkative one that you probably were like, dude,
I would have never guessed, Grant.
me being the talkative one. Yeah, I think maybe that apathy was being thought by
The other people.
students in the classroom.
Who the hell is
Probably
this
not.
dude?
You were good. You were good.
You were killing it, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's killing it.
Engagement was off the roof.
Your
crazy.
analysis of Socrates third movement was
Leg?
great. Legendary.
All I can tell you guys is that I participated.
You got full points.
I earned that 10%.
Ah, shit.
I set the
Grant.
curve in participation.
Well, what? Speaking of today's homework, what are we doing today? What are we talking about today?
Today,
Yeah.
we are
Right now.
talking about a TV series that it's been a year and a half since they last released an episode. We are talking about The Boys season 3, which was when was this dropped?
June 3rd.
June 3rd. So we watched episode 1, the season premiere, and the next episode. Yeah, I mean, thrown right back into it. A lot of things. Did you guys? First question, Quinn. I know this was on your homework, self-assigned homework.
Self-assigned,
Did you end up
right.
watching that YouTube recap?
Yeah, I watched some sort of recap for 10 minutes or so, which I think
How
was
was it?
helpful
Okay,
because
I didn't.
At least, dude, they first like they talk way too fast. I mean, they're trying to do it in like a dramatic fashion. Like, then we find Starlight trapped behind the bars of Vought, and Vaught's closing in on them while they can't get Huey, Dewey, Louie to find Compound V. Like, I don't need the dramatic effects, but at least like a lot of flashbacks to like just clips in the show were very helpful.
I
And
think the
trigger.
ending, the ending scene where it's like they're in the woods and Stormlight, Stormfront, like her whole injury thing. I mean,
forgot
like,
how she like died.
yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, that was like the season finale, right?
Kimiko's
It was right at the end.
brother
Yeah,
was around and he
was
died.
killed. Yeah, I thought she learned how to talk.
No, they still haven't. Well, we can talk
No, he
about
learned
that.
sign language for her. That was like the.
Yeah, but
Right.
isn't
don't-
it not really even sign language? Isn't like
What?
I thought it's not ASL. I thought it's like,
I don't know if
even-
it's technically ASL.
yeah, but that's like worse. It's like what?
He loves her.
Some sort of.
Yeah, but sometimes since it's not ASL, you'll see some of the things they do, and you're like, that doesn't, like, you're doing like this. Like, I don't even want to do that. And you're like,
It just makes it easier for the actors. They can just do simple movements and then they just put whatever they want on the fucking screen.
yeah.
But they didn't explain, and we're only 2 episodes in. We watched episode 1 and 2. I mean, they go to the party trying to find Termite. She walks into the room and starts singing.
No, that was like a flashback. Not a flashback. It was like a
daydream.
Really?
Yeah, because then it panned to her in the room.
panned
and
to
then the
her,
girl
and
said
then she
hi, and
turned
then she
around,
ran
yeah.
away.
Yeah. She wanted to sing and talk and
I
instead
missed that. I was
I watched it with my friend and she missed it too. She was like, "Wait, so but she sang before?" I was like, "No, that was a daydream." So they must have not done a great job at. I caught it, but I could
don't-
see.
Did they have anything like that before? Daydreams? I mean, I know she was like thinking
Huey
about like
always daydreamed.
childhood. She's like, I want to ride the rides. I didn't have a childhood, blah blah blah. But not a physical.
Yeah, there were
some
frequently,
dreams,
Like Huey would have like little like romantic fantasies about like doing stuff, and then it wouldn't actually happen. I don't remember other characters.
in this season or last season.
No, previous seasons.
Okay.
I don't particularly remember. I watch
Okay.
Scrubs a lot, which is like that's a main vehicle. That's a main thing. That's a
Sharing internal
Motif.
monologue.
yeah. They do daydreams a lot, and then they flash back to the
Flashback.
they do like a potential future flashback to the present. So it was like the format. That format, I recognize that format.
Yeah, it wasn't. Maybe
Okay.
they could have been a little more clear. But yeah, no, she can't speak, but maybe she
was
she
trying-
yearns to sing.
Well, yeah. Speaking of the party, I mean, right off the bat, I mean, this show is shocking. Anytime they they can blow somebody up or blow somebody's guts up,
Somebody's
uh,
dick.
they do. Because it was kind of, I if I watched this episode again, I would have paid more attention to some of the callbacks to the original pilot episode, but very similar to the first episode where Huey's girlfriend dies
It was
by
hit.
like body to body soup action, where you just get and is exploded and covered in blood. Because like
Yeah.
A-Train runs just
Yeah.
runs through him,
She's still, yeah,
and then this time the dude is in his dick and explodes.
No, he was in his butt.
No, it's pee.
I think he was in his
No, he's in his butt. That's why he bent
Yeah.
over.
That
No,
makes a lot more
I'm-
sense. I was like, why would the pee feel good? That sounds like it.
He
not
said,
good.
"Go to
thought
the prostate, guys."
I know, but it looked like, I mean, then they
That's a
kinda
butt,
showed
dude.
the head.
That's a That's a butt.
Yeah, I thought it was a dick too, even though it makes a lot more sense.
He was in his butt.
Yeah,
I guess,
prostate.
He
makes
was
a
in
lot
his
more
butt,
sense.
100%. Those ridge, the ridge tunnel. That's
I
Anal
understand. That.
cavity,
I
bro.
get you. I mean, I get you with all the prostate stuff and doing that. I just don't. When he like approached it, there was like a big like close
Pat
up
says
of
he
it.
bent over.
he did. He bent over, and then the guy, like, literally went into his butthole.
That makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. And that's why he was like, "Oh," he's like, "Get to the prostate, get to the prostate."
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, yeah. And then he sneezed. And then it was game over, lights out.
I was thinking about, before the little like Coke OD thing,
Mhm.
I was thinking about why the fuck, this is my stingy ass. I was like, why the fuck are you doing Coke like big? You're going to have to do so much more Coke. Why don't you just be small and just do some
little?
They don't have those concerns, Grant. And it's probably the sharing aspect, It's a social aspect, You want to participate.
I
with
wouldn't
your-
know. I do not touch things like that.
You're also not a superhero,
Yes.
Maybe when you go big, you don't feel it anymore, So you have to start at the.
Oh, you
You
only
know.
feel, yeah. So then when he goes small, he's probably like, what?
Let's go.
Yeah, he was
Supposed to be an OD when he went small.
he was banging that like Barbie, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Did he have a past that I don't remember, or is he just a
No,
general
I
just
think it's brand
douchebag
new.
soup?
I think there's a bunch of brand new ones.
And they're all we learned in the
Soulja
last
Boy.
season. They're all created
Soldier
by
Boys. That's a funny name.
Soldier Boy. That's great.
Soldier Boy. Yeah.
He
Would you say
kind of
we
came
all-
out of nowhere, and I guess I'd say that's one of my biggest criticisms right now is like they're kind of following this weird like mystery, like, oh, this guy might have died by a weapon that might be able to kill Homelander. It's kind of a far
Really? Is that why they're doing that?
reach.
Yes.
Like, I don't know why they would think. Didn't Homelander and him have different powers? I mean, they're both really strong.
Maybe. From what it seems like this Soldier Boy was like America's hero, kind of like Homelander was,
Yeah,
but just like in a different era. So I don't know. Maybe he was seen as indestructible too, and then he died. I think we don't know enough about
Oh.
him. to,
right.
like-
And they're just kind of following things like they're looking for some sort of secret weapon because it might be able to kill. Because you do run into a problem with some of these. When you have the super powerful Superman or super villain, how are we gonna kill him? How do you stop him? They do kind of have some leverage with the whole Ryan situation, but
His
as we
need
What do
for
you
love.
mean, Quinn? How do they kill Superman? Like in Superman 4, The Quest for Peace with Lex Luthor?
Well, what is the kryptonite to
Nuclear
stop?
Man.
I don't think Nuclear Man was able to do it.
So
But
they're gonna
he
make
almost
a
did.
superhero a way goer. I don't know. away
What'd you say?
flyer. I don't
Oh
know.
wait.
Away flyer.
Like opposite of home, away, and land,
Oh.
fly. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So they're trying their best.
I didn't even follow the Soldier Boy, so I just knew they were kind of like interested in him. I didn't really catch that. They're interested in him to kill Homelander.
Yes, he mysteriously disappeared in a nuclear accident that, had more questions than answers, some would say. So, MM's dad was obsessed with him and
Yeah.
was digging into his past and trying to find out about. I don't really know the connection of why he was doing it, but so he's kind of got a connection there, and so they are reaching out to the other people like the Red Witch, I think, and then the the NRA kind of guy who's a
Okay.
big gunman, his old connections to figure out what really happened at the Red River Gorge or whatever. So they can use that same tool
The
or
Red River.
yes, to eliminate Homelander once and for all. Because Butcher's a
Okay.
vengeful man.
The Red River Gorge is a camping place and a hike in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Homelander will meet his death there.
But I'm reading the synopsis. It's this connects to what? I'm convinced I'm just like retarded because I'm just reading the synopsis. I'm like, I missed these major plot pieces.
What's the other one you missed?
Well, it says so. The first episode ends with the Nadia Senate politician thing, right?
Yeah.
While leaving work, he spots a dude, Tony. Blah blah blah. Follows up her into an alleyway where Tony urges her to tell the truth about Red River.
Mm-hmm.
And then Huey went to Red River. That was the orphanage for superpowered children. You guys caught that? I did not know that place was called Red River.
They had like a sign on there
Yeah.
or something. When they
Shouldn't
were
they
shoot-
like?
They should.
Maybe
tell
I'm.
me. They
Am
should
I?
say,
No,
"This
no.
is
I want
Red
you guys to
River."
be honest. Am I like? Is that obvious? I missed it, or was it like not obvious?
Maybe
And
if
I'm
you
not
didn't
that
watch,
dumb.
I watched them back to back. So maybe if you didn't watch
I
them
didn't.
back- maybe
I did not. You Quinn, you were like,
I
oh,
watched-
that's the Red River that Tony was mentioning.
I only
That's what
I
popped through
knew
your head?
it because I have the subtitles on, so it helps a little bit, and I saw that there was the sign. But
So I'm a big dummy.
you're not a big dummy. There's a lot of we're getting confused on a lot of parts. I'm gonna go back to I just rewatched that dude exploding. He's definitely in his penis, definitely, 100%. So
That's what I thought too.
because he's got his schlong up on the desk and he just jumps
So
right in
so
there.
all right. I just want to point out. Something right now. We are so far. We are talking about how we've talked about three things. One, how the singing wasn't explained, and then we said, "No, Quinn, you misunderstood." Then we were talking about how this dude exploded from his dick, and then Pat was like, "No, you guys misunderstood. It was the anus." And then I was saying, and I missed the river thing. So I think at least we can talk about some patterns that maybe they're not being that clear for at least telling visually for at least some points that we're seeing, right? Like the fact I don't think
You may
ever
be onto
before
something.
us three have been like this off
Yeah,
and
usually
like been
it's one.
disagreeing with like what's happened
No, Tuesday.
with anything. That's interesting. I'm glad this pattern came up though, because we can pay more attention to see if it's sloppy or pieces are sloppy.
I was like,
'Cause that's
finishing
weird.
season 2, I was like, when are they going to talk about her singing again? This should be
Yeah.
a focal point.
Yeah,
She
so
could be a star.
Right.
I don't even know what you want to call that, like cinematography. There's a special role on film sets that only cares about continuity. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Like a art something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Arts director, not a PA.
Script supervisor? that doesn't sound. No, it's a dramaturge, right?
What'd you call me?
Dramaturgy, drama.
I
Oh no,
there are
it's some
probably
weird
some
fucking
people
word
that,
like that though.
and there's only so much you can do. When you have a script and it says like the camera zooms in on the front of the hospital indicating it's Red River or blah blah blah, and then they do that, and I think it's gonna be enough to show you, hey, this is Red River, but it's not like you read it on a piece of paper. You just see some visuals. So
Yeah, they could have done something with like Tony having a flashback of Red River and you see the sign then or something, and then when they show the sign, it connects the dots, things like that. I think that I can like land. That's like my blame that to not catch that, but the fact that we're like debating over like relatively small things but still like should be clear things is just something to note, I guess, moving forward. But in general, let's talk about the first episode, the season premiere. Nadia, the whole thing, yeah,
exploder.
Tony. Mm-hmm.
Huey's
The new
covered in blood.
immediate, the instant V. What's it
yeah,
24.
called? V24. Any of those things, Quinn. Why don't you pick one? Just go on a soliloquy about it.
Well, the Nadia, what's her other name? The head exploder. That was kind of a quick jump. I mean, I guess they only have Alexandria,
Oscario-Cortez.
Cortez. They don't really have.
It's not.
Is that not her name?
No, that's AOC, dude. That's like that is just fucking with you.
I was reading other stuff. I was like,
Alexandria. Cortez.
She
You're
is like an AOC
Cortez.
Newman, that's her name.
Newman.
AOC, that's funny. They didn't really. I mean, I guess they do a lot of time passes. I guess a year passes, and Huey's been working.
Yeah. Huey seems taller, no?
He's handsome.
Well, he's got a suit.
Yeah.
He's clean cut.
But he was like the dweeb, you know?
Yeah, he's got his shit back together. He's working in politics. He's at the
FBI.
He's got to make us. They're the kings of the office, you know.
So
walk around.
the death of his girlfriend's the best thing that ever happened to him?
By far.
Maybe. His girlfriend though, Starlight, does not look good. I don't know if you guys.
She looks
noticed.
less hot.
I think I don't know if she lost a lot of weight, or it's like plastic surgery, or it's like some sort of filler.
I haven't noticed that much. I just
I
remember
thought it was-
like season 1 she was, or like the first 2 seasons she was like stunning. I feel like she wasn't as stunning.
And now I feel like she's sickly.
I feel like she looked roughly the same.
Yeah, I don't know if she was sickly.
She stood out
just
in
didn't stand out.
my opinion.
See, she didn't stand out, but she did.
Well, everyone looks the same pretty much except for her. I go, what? She's different. What? And then I mean, it was enough that I was
You're
looking
mentioning
up
it
previous
and, like,
seasons.
I feel like subconsciously I picked up on that too, but
Yeah, but you were like,
consciously.
I'm gonna just enjoy the show, and Quinn was like, I need to look this up.
what happened?
I don't know. I
find
mean, no,
anything?
the actress hasn't come out and said anything. People just speculate.
Give me a speculation.
Like I said, either some people are saying like eating disorders. She's lost too much weight. Some people said plastics, some sort of like, you're removing like your fat from your face or something. So like you have a sharper appearance.
Isn't she young as fuck too?
Yeah, she's like, well, I don't know, for Hollywood, it's 27, 28, still young as fuck.
Yeah, 27's young.
Anyways, she was the only one that was like, huh, I don't, there's something different. But Newman, what? She does the head exploding at the end of the episode, kills that Tony dude. and Huey's covered in blood once again, like in the first season after he kills Translucent.
And he kind of finds out that
A lot of people exploding. Yeah.
it's all a lie.
God,
He was, he was feeling very confident, and like he was actually working towards something meaningful. Like taking the system down from the
Taking
inside.
the soups down. Yeah. But really.
And nope, he was being played like a puppet.
It's not like it's an analogy or like that's like real life though. Like I feel like that reflects what happens in real life. It's like I feel hopeless a lot. Like it's like fuck, dude. You're not gonna fucking make any changes. The fucking world is all fucking everyone's pawns. Like you're not gonna make any fucking change. What the fuck? What? Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna change. Quinn's gonna join the LAPD tomorrow, and he's
That's
gonna change
right.
their culture
No.
Take them down.
from the inside.
Yeah. It's all fucked.
Yeah, as far as the first episode, I mean, there was some plot development, but really it was like, wow. I mean, it blew that production budget. They were like, what can...
I mean, it's Amazon. There's no budget.
Yeah.
Well, so one thing, I mean, the Nadia thing at the end was, like, it's interesting. That's a good, like, the story's developing, and I couldn't not think about Severance, where I felt like even small things like that wouldn't happen in an episode. It'd be much smaller. So I appreciate the pace of this. It feels like every episode something
Coming out of the gate.
significant happens. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of convergence in like a story, where everything comes together. You can kind of take all these crazy plot points and like weave them into a cohesive story, and they're kind of set in that tempo from the first episode, so it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see, Homelander. He's a little, he's co-captain now with Starlight, so he's not taking that too well, and he's a little fussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he eventually... Well, that's episode 2. I don't really have anything left for episode 1. But in episode 2, yeah, he explodes mentally. Just done. Done with the charade.
Oh, yeah. He like kills that girl basically, who like wants to commit suicide, and then she doesn't, and then he's
Like, you're gonna have to jump
Sure.
now.
and then he doesn't save her on his birthday, and then
And
he
Stormfront, I'm
freaks.
still... Were those... there was a part of me when, Stormfront allegedly commits suicide by cutting or chomping out her own tongue or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that real?
I thought so.
I didn't really see... I thought they were still kind of, like, good with each other. She was giving him a
very
handy at the bedside.
No, she was really upset at the end, and they
But
stopped.
why?
Because she was saying he has to raise the master race, and he was like, no, it's just
Oh,
me.
yeah. He's like, can we just stop? Like,
And then she stopped the handy, and they didn't talk to each other
Oh,
after
yeah.
that. And then he went in, told her it was his birthday, and then she didn't say anything to him.
Well, it looked like she was dying, too. Like, she was a lot less coherent. Or maybe that was on purpose. She
I
didn't
don't-
say anything. And levels looked kind of low on the monitor, but...
She wasn't in a good spot to start with, so it's hard to say. She kind of was like an earthworm,
wasn't living her best life.
Yeah.
I would say she looked a little worse than Starlight for sure.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
I did not like. Who was it? Kimiko and Frenchie's plan to like confront that one woman. They like bought the meet and greet package, and
That was kind of dumb, wasn't
they
it?
were like, "Let's." I mean, they were basically assaulting her, and then like, of course, the next person's gonna like.
Yeah.
Like, what was your plan? Just to pin her against the wall and say, "What happened to Soldier Boy?"
But
But
also we're like not urgent about it. You know.
this is the theme of the prior season, though. You know, the boys and Kimiko, you know, they work better as a team. You know, when they're by themselves, they become unraveled, you know. Huey gets caught up in these things. is in his feelings. He lost his family.
Butcher gets shot.
Yeah. They're all like,
See,
they need
Pat's
to
on to
come
something.
together.
If only none of this happened in the
The-
previous season. They seem so well coordinated. And they thought things through. They need Huey to think through the plan before they execute. They need Butcher to not think about the plan. He's chewing his head about the plan. He needs someone to handle that from themselves.
Yeah, what is executive rage just, you know, channel into a planner?
All right, I got a prediction or a question for y'all. I think we saw 3 V24 compound vials that Maeve gave to Butcher, which that's something. Quinn, recap me. You have watched the recap. How did Maeve get involved with the boys?
She hates Homelander.
But how do they meet?
They met at the end.
That's a
I know she
good
was at the
question.
forest
So
scene,
she was
but
she kind of blackmailed Homelander. I remember she was gonna show people the
Oh,
clip of
Starlight,
them on the
didn't she-
airplane.
she helped Starlight. Like, yeah,
She went through like her depression phase where she was always just like smoking like joints in her room, and then
I just like how she's brave, Maeve. They have all the theme park stuff. Is brave, Maeve.
it's so dope.
Who's gonna be brave?
I like how political it is. It's cool.
Yeah,
Like even they were like mocking how the wokeness was just like they were just selling and pumping this shit. Like Vought is just shown as like this capitalistic, you know, massive corporation, and then you go to the theme park and they're like love all, like pride, like be woke, you know, and like I just think that social commentary I think is interesting. I like that they're doing that.
You
yeah.
don't
And then
like
when
being politically correct, Grant.
No,
Is that what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying?
No, I think both the right and the left are fed in a feeding. You know, the media is feeding both mouths. One is just leftism, and one's, you know, right stuff. And like, I think it should be talked about more.
yeah, this you're like pouring lemon juice in the mouth and kind of laughing at the reaction.
As far as the Maeve stuff goes, I think that was really it. I mean, she just at the end of season 2, she kind of intervenes and stops Homelander from
Killing them.
killing someone by threatening to show the video, but because she hates Homelander because he outed her relationship, and then in the beginning of season 3, she just meets with Butcher and says, "Hey, check out this guy. He was popular in the past and very strong, but he died. And then the 7 came along. There might be something up with this."
You and the gang go
You and the
investigate
gang,
your
get together. Butchers. I need the subtitles for Butcher. I don't know what the hell he's saying. I have to-
Arr!
Ah, fucking bloody cunt, you mate. Get out.
Shoot. Back up.
Goddamn, your bloody girlfriend's got your knob twisted. Good job.
Yeah.
Grant, you
That
didn't
was
Eight out of 10.
confused. Okay, I'll take an 8. So yeah, we'll see it evolve from here. I guess primary objectives for people are to. A lot of people want to kill Homelander, and Homelander wants his son. And anything.
There's gonna be a power struggle in the 7. It's gonna be Homelander's popularity is rising. He's lashing out against that PC culture, and you saw engagement go up. You know, from normal dads like Brad. What was the guy's name? MM's daughter's new stepdad.
Oh,
Craig or something.
Aaron? No.
But you guys know who I'm talking about. His wife's
that
new
guy.
husband. You know, Homelander started talking out about, you know, being suppressed, and that guy was leaning into what he was saying, you know. So I think Homelander's numbers are gonna go up, you know. He's gonna go on a little, I don't know. He's gonna regain some of the power. Starlight might. She has her new, you know, DJ boyfriend kind of thing that's causing some waves.
Yeah, what's
in her
gonna happen with
relationship.
that too? They're pushing him a lot for some reason. He kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Took her
Something.
virginity.
I think. Yeah, I think there's gonna be some sexual thing. Like either he's gonna like unwantingly hit on Starlight. Something's gonna happen with him and Starlight.
And then Huey gets mad and eats 24B24.
Yeah, something like that.
And
Yeah.
takes on
or like-
Homelander by himself.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, who? What? I don't. Did I ask this question?
We were talking about
we
those
have
three things. and
Who's
one
gonna
has been
take 'em?
taken?
No one took one.
Butcher took one.
Grant.
That's why he got shot.
How
He
do you
went to
think
gunpowder.
lasers came out of his
Oh yeah,
eyes?
Good save. Good save. Yeah.
Yeah, he took one. Yeah, he got shot 3 times. Yeah. So there's 2 left. Yeah, I bet
As far as we
Huey,
know, yeah.
Huey and
Huey's
Butcher. I
gotta
feel
take
like
one.
same time they're gonna take it.
Yeah, to F
Butcher
up.
all 3. I'll say Butcher all 3. He's not gonna share.
Okay.
No, I if that pretty boy wannabe 7 guy wasn't around, maybe I'd agree with you. But I think he's gonna cause
Huey's
some
fine,
problems.
yeah.
Huey's gonna kick his ass.
I think so.
You're talking to the wrong lady, mister.
He's gonna. That's like the last good thing he has now. Well, his job sucks. Is kind of gone as far as like purpose.
He didn't really have anything good to start with, though. So
Yeah, he's kind of a loser.
Who?
Huey.
What do you mean? He was the star employee at the AV store
was.
at Radio Shack.
Radio Shock. Oh,
A Train's. I don't know.
edgy.
Is he just comic relief? Is he doing anything?
Seems kind of like comic relief.
I love the
The-
deep.
The Deep's great.
good.
He's got his whole stuff going on.
He's the best. I love that, like, they did it on, like, HGTV or whatever, the commercial, where he's, like, running from the cops, and it's, like, a slow saunter. I don't know. It's for the moms, you know? And then it's, like, his romantic novel. I was dying. I thought it was so funny. It reminded me of the commercials in Atlanta, the TV show with Donald Glover, where they're, like, it's, like, black radio, and they're only advertising, like, Chargers and Swisher Sweets. And I'm like... This is just, it's good.
That's funny.
Yeah, the church. I guess that guy's dead. He died in the very end of the last of season 2. So I think the church is kind of out of the picture. But why did that guy die? Why didn't the head explode or kill him?
Bring Deep back into the mix. He's too powerful to, you know.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen with Nadia Newman Nadia? Like she's
She's top dog of the
Dude,
government. and
she's
got
like
a
the
great
top
power.
corruption, right? Like she fucking threw the lawsuit case.
And what's
she
her
blew up
relationship
everyone's
with
heads.
Edgar?
Step,
like,
that's
adopted
his adopted
her.
dad.
Okay.
Well, she murdered everyone in Congress. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's like as shitty as it gets. She is she's worse than Homelander in ways. Like at least Homelander is like
He just wants
not
his son.
in politics.
Yeah.
Like not like acting like I guess he's kind of Superman, so you don't see that he's kind of a piece of shit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
open
like
about
self yeah, he's like self conflict. He's conflicting with himself because he's so egotistical while she's calculating and being used as a tool to stop progress against Vought. And I don't think Homelander's like that.
it. Yeah.
Homelander doesn't give a fuck about Vought. You know, like he doesn't care about Vought. He just cares about himself.
Yeah.
She is a tool for Vought.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think maybe it comes down to the conversation that Edgar was having with that presidential candidate or whoever that was, the general, when they were trying to sell V-24, and he said they were trying to get out of the superhero business. So maybe she's gonna like slowly eliminate like the soups.
They just want soups in the military. That's what he wants.
Well, they just want
Money.
the
It's all about
24-hour
money.
ones.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they'll, get rid of all the normal ones. They're too hard to control.
Could be.
I mean, yeah, I agree. That's what he seemed pretty fed up with Homelander multiple times during these episodes. He does not like Homelander.
Homelander doesn't like him.
I think he's like the main soup he doesn't like. Feel like everyone else he's pretty cool with. Right?
Yep.
Like Edgar,
Yeah. He's pretty mellow.
Yeah. His as an actor, like the way he talks, he's like, he's a very particular way of announcing his
the way we want
words.
it.
Clear.
He's clear.
Very clear. Homelander. Take a step back.
Home. He like even draws it out more. He's like Homelander.
Homelander.
Take a step back.
I am in control of this company.
And you
That's
are
shit,
nothing
that's-
more.
That's all I got. Episodes 1 and 2. The boys.
Yeah, episodes 1 and 2. I think that's all I got too. It's good.
About that time.
Entertaining. About that time.
The G and Q Panhead Review, where we decide whether the true rating of The Boys Season 3 Episodes 1 and 2 are over or under the IMDb rating. And with around 3,500 votes for each, we're sitting at an
3,500 for
35
each.
That's right.
How much was Severance?
I thought it was similar. The
Really?
individual episodes don't.
Well, this came out like a week ago, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
Severance came
I
out
just-
like a year and a half ago.
But I think
Or
the
you-
fan base would
It
be.
came out in February.
But you probably review on Amazon, too, though.
Yeah, these are the dedicated.
Oh, you're right. You're right. About the
Internet
same.
movie
Actually,
database.
less. There's actually less, Quinn,
Yes.
on an episode to episode basis. The
Anyways,
season is Anyways, sorry.
episode
Sorry for-
1, 8.5. Episode 2, 8.9.
All right, I'll just go first. I think that it's. I think it's hard when TV shows come out now because when you're watching them live and you look at the ratings right after they come out, I think they're kind of bloated. They haven't settled. It's the same thing. While we have our top 250, and the reason why we froze it in time is because movies will come out, they'll live in the top 250 for like 30 days when it's in theaters, and then they'll fucking drop like a ton. I think honestly both of these I would go under. I enjoyed it. I'm thankful the boys are back. The fact that we were confused on some basic continuity points is a little, I don't know. It didn't feel sloppy, but if someone said it was sloppy, I might be like, I didn't think about that. You might be right. Like, it doesn't feel super well put together. And so I want to look forward to the next ones to see if it does feel sloppy, or they are missing things, or they're not being as careful or smart about how they're constructing the story. But I'm just going 2 unders. That's me.
I think I'm gonna go under for each as well. I mean, there were some shocking, cool moments, but yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. I don't know if it's amazing. And also, last question for that, like, American Hero, the 7 contest. Did they even introduce anybody else that's in that show, or is it just that dude?
They did one other person.
They did one scene. They showed someone else.
But they said, like, goodbye, and then
Later.
name.
All right, you're never gonna win. We got Gotta focus time on the other guy. Okay. All right, I'm 2 unders.
The what was his song was so funny though. He's like, I'm gonna drive you, see you. I don't know how the lyrics were so good. Something about driving away in the Jetta. It's like Sweet 16. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
cracking up.
It was very like.
I'm gonna go over for the first one. I felt pretty it's good to have it back, and I don't think an 8.5 is egregious, And I'll go under for the second one just because I didn't feel as captured. But
I almost thought the first was better than the second.
yeah,
I don't know why
it had that crazy first scene that I was like, all right, we're in this. I'm back. Thought it was well produced, and then it just.
I think you're right though. Like it almost feels like after you brought it up that I'm like realizing like these 2 episodes are like, oh, a year passed. Like the boys were not together for a year. 1, we didn't really see it, and then 2, it feels like these first 2 episodes were them being away, and very soon they're all gonna rekindle. MM already fucking his wife was literally his ex-wife or was literally like, you need to go back to the boys. Like what? Like
Soldier Boy got me messed up.
yeah, Soldier Boy did fuck him up, but I hope it doesn't feel too orchestrated. Like, all right, here's the boys split up. Now the boys are getting back together. Let's go.
Better together.
Son of a bitch.
That's what it feels like it's going. Now that you pointed it out, Pat, I feel like it's probably Next episode, the boys reuniting. Or is it episode 4?
Partial.
Yeah, I think they've reunited.
But it's okay for them to have these, it's a theme throughout the show.
8 episodes.
They're stronger together. But it's how it's executed, that will be if, we enjoy it or not. They could do it in a creative, fun way, make it not so cookie cutter. So we'll just have to, we'll let you guys know next week.
Yeah, we'll find out next week. Anything else about the boys? Well, before we wrap up, we will be watching 2 episodes of The Boys next week. We're going to have to get back to you, unless you guys want to do a little open brainstorm sesh right now of what we will do the week after that. I think there are some possibilities of missing a week, maybe. And we were so on top of it, guys. Just to the audience members, that we were so on top of the boys release is that we might have been too on top of it. And I think we probably want to review at least 2 at once instead of doing 1 at a time.
We'll figure it out. We'll do 2
So
for
we'll
next
figure it
week.
out.
Keep it like that.
All right. 2 for next week. Sounds good.
And then we'll
All
have
right.
a break week. We'll do 2 more. We'll be good. And then
Nice.
we'll hold off. We'll have pause and then do big finale.
Big finale. I like big finales.
Boom.
All right, cool. Well, thank you all for listening today, or watching. Thank you. And we have social media. If you guys want to continue the conversation, continue your engagement, you can reach out to us at GQ Review. That is the handle for both our Instagram and our Twitter. You can send us some DMs. Did you like this episode? These 2 episodes? Did you hate them? Are you looking forward to? You guys might have watched all 3, because I know if I wasn't doing this podcast, I probably would have watched all 3.
Me too.
But we said 2, so that's why we watched 2. Please, also, you can email us, feedback@gqreview.com. We want to hear from you guys. Please send us everything you got, as long as it's rated PG-13. Thank you. And that's all I got. We will see you guys next week with The Boys, season 3, episode 3 and 4.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.